Obviously, we could have the discussion, you know, could Manchester City win it all? And I think everyone agreed that they've certainly shown us that they can. What would stop them winning it?
I'm not sure they're favourites. I mean, arguably, now that PSG are out, you could say they're possibly the most attractive playing side left in the tournament, because Basel have certainly been more pragmatic than previous years. We know Real Madrid have had issues, but still clambered to beating PSG. But I still think there's, you know, Bayern Munich, they could give them a game. I mean, I just think to say they're favourites now, because we know they've got some fragilities at the back.
Is that their main issue, do you think?
Yes.
Defensively?
Yeah, I think if they have... You have a bad period. The Spurs have shown it. If you have a bad 10, 15, 20 minutes over a couple of legs in this tournament against the big boys, you're gone. You're gone. So if they have a bad day, they could be out. So they're looking good, but a lot of water to go under the bridge before they pick this trophy up.
Gab, where do you stand on Manchester City and their chances?
Well, you know what? I actually thought this game showed us a thing or two that I think qualitatively, once you go and you turn to your second string, even against, and look, there's some context on this Basel team. Obviously, they knew they were out. They're 6 points behind the top in Switzerland. They want to try to make up the difference. You know, it's not as if they were super motivated for this. But then you saw some of these individuals, I think, still have a long way to go. Zinchenko was terrible. Stones really had a rough time, as did Laporte. As Craig points out, you know, you wonder, a couple injuries, a couple absences, and maybe it's not that simple to just kind of slot in off the bench into this group. If Leroy Sané keeps playing the way he's been playing, then obviously you're in with a shot against anybody, and Ederson and De Bruyne regains his mojo and all this other stuff. But yeah, I think defensively, I think there's some issues when they don't have the right mix.
Look, the thing is, for me, you know, or you've seen City in seasons gone by kind of limp further than this in the competition. Yes, they've been better defensively, but
it's a different team, though.
And that's my point. Just as we were talking about Juventus and Spurs, as good as they are, there are other very good teams still in this Champions League who've shown that they can be exciting all the way through, that they can get the job done. And maybe that inexperience is what ends up costing City.
I refuse to judge Manchester City based on this performance against Basel. So whatever Zinchenko does in this game bears no importance to me as to what Manchester City is going to do in this competition. Phil Foden is not going to be playing in the key moments of this competition, and so Claudio Bravo will not be in goal. Sure. And you can bring up more and more names as to who would be involved and who wouldn't. So the truth is that Manchester City is right there in the conversation, and that's exactly where you want to be. If you're considered to be favored in this competition, because you're doing a lot of good things, and Manchester City is doing a lot of good things. However, they like the way that they like to play, where it's open, where it's entertaining, where they're committing numbers forward, that leaves them exposed. Now, it's one thing to leave yourself exposed against Stoke City, and it's totally something different to leave yourself exposed against Bayern Munich or Barcelona or Real Madrid or whoever it may be. So, in that sense, I think Manchester City has to be very careful about the balance of the group.
There's lots of reasons to be optimistic for City.
Yeah, sure, yeah, and then we could have sat here and we could have done that easily.
Of course there is. But I think the biggest warning for them was the PSG result. The PSG, you know, Real Madrid there for the taking. They're a wounded animal. They're miles off the lead in La Liga. They've had so many issues this season, and they get the job done. Juventus, up against it with Spurs, not playing great, get the job done. There's more to it than playing silky football, and that's the big warning sign for Man City.